There is an idea that has grown up among us, perhaps best expressed by the phrase, moderation in all things. Moderation is a very good word and is associated with many virtues and much wisdom. Indeed, it is so good a word that we may be led to believe that moderation is always a virtue, that anything in moderation is good. Certainly, moderation is always to be preferred to excess. And of course, we know that both moderation and excess are usually relative terms, which vary according to people and circumstances. But in determining what is moderate and what is excessive, we should always remember this, that there are many things which are excessive even in moderation. There are some things in life which even to touch is an excess. For example, what about stealing in moderation? What about lying in moderation? What about immorality in moderation? What about cruelty in moderation? What about dishonor in moderation? What about murder in moderation? In another category, what about cancer in moderation? What about any vicious or malignant or undesirable thing or act or habit, even in moderation? You see, we could let words mislead us if we would. Giving limited consent to something which is wholly wrong in principle is a disastrous practice. Anything which in and of itself is not good still isn't good even in moderation. And if we don't want to face the problem of where to stop or how far to go, the answer is to keep away from what we should keep away from, and not to tamper with what we shouldn't tamper with, not even in moderation. If we don't take the first step, we'll never take the second. And if we never take the second, we'll never form a habit. And if we never form a habit, we'll never have to break one. But whenever we commit ourselves to a questionable course, the problem of where to stop is constantly with us, and will be until we do something about it. There is no magic in moderation that will change a vice into a virtue.